By all accounts, this has been a challenging year for high school seniors, but for Sage Pasquale of Holyoke, she ended the year on a high note. She not only graduated with a high school degree, but also with an associate's degree with high honors from Holyoke Community College as part of their dual enrollment program. I spoke with Sage and Jena Cochran, the coordinator for HCC's dual enrollment program, to find out more.
Our dual enrollment program is open to high school juniors and seniors typically. We do on occasion make exceptions, and we've had students who have started a little bit younger in their sophomore year based on being ready for college at an earlier level. The program allows our high school students to take HCC courses for both high school and college credit. So they're not only fulfilling the requirements for high school graduation, but they're also starting their college transcript. And those credits can be used towards an associate degree at Holyoke Community College, or they can be transferred to a number of four-year colleges and universities upon graduating from high school. Our students do both. So this program allows students to earn credits early and also experience what it's like to be in the college classroom and the workload that's required of our college students to better prepare them for college once they do graduate from high school and continue on.
Can you tell me a little bit about the cost for parents as they're considering these options if their kids were interested?
Yeah, HCC has been extremely fortunate. Both President Royal and our administration have been incredibly supportive of our dual enrollment initiative on campus. And we have provided funding through the college, through HCC's own institutional budget, as well as through state grants and private grants to help create access for our dual enrollment students. We are able to provide one free course to each dual enrollment student for each semester they participate in the program. And there are some criteria they have to meet in order to qualify for a free course. They have to have a 2.5 GPA in high school. They have to have approval from their high school to participate in the program, as well as they have to register for class by a deadline. There is a set time they have to register for to qualify. If a student takes classes beyond that one free course, they would pay for those courses on their own.
Tell me a little bit about Sage in particular. She's pretty modest, I would say, but she earns both of those degrees. As you were kind of describing the program, you said it sounds like, kids can take those courses towards earning their associate's degree, but here she did it all at once. Tell me about her.
Absolutely. So the majority of our dual enrollment students are taking one or two classes a semester, as well as high school classes. Sage is unique in that she was a full-time student. Sage also started in her sophomore year. She was ready early on to take college level work. And not only did she take HCC courses starting as a sophomore, but she really challenged herself with taking honors level courses. She also took learning communities with us. And we talked about before, her degree in mathematics requires a huge amount of very careful planning and sequencing of courses to fulfill the requirements needed of our math majors, including a high level Sage completed up through Calculus 3, which is not an easy feat for any student at Holyoke Community College, as well as completing 2 semesters of physics as well, which is another calculus-based course. So those are all very high-level courses that Sage worked her way up to throughout the program.
I want to go back to something that you just said, and Sage, you can pick it up from here. Calculus 3 at 18 years old. I mean, we skipped over pre-calc, right? Or did you take that when you were 12? I mean, Calculus 3 is quite incredible, I would say, because really you're a senior in high school.
Yeah, I definitely skipped pre-calculus. And I just like math, and so I took Calc 1 when I was in my junior year. So then from there, it was just the natural progression for me to work up to Calc 3.
Wow. So tell me a little bit how this might have been different, or, in the midst of COVID-19, you had already been doing remote learning because I know you're homeschooled, so you're probably better than most at making that transition or being in this situation. But was there anything different that you experienced?
Yeah, I think I was better prepared than a lot of people because I was used to being self-motivated and doing some of my learning from home. It was definitely challenging to stay focused at times, but the professors were really helpful, offering extra tutoring sessions, and the students managed to create a good class cohesion still.
And Jena, what would you say? I mean, as a lot of schools are really trying to figure out what they're doing in the fall, there's all sorts of state recommendations and all different issues that they're grappling with. Do you think more kids might consider this if in fact, there is going to be remote learning for a lot of communities?
Yes, absolutely. I have already seen parents reaching out to us about dual enrollment opportunities, and the sense of uncertainty about what they're going to do with their children for the fall. I think that's happening for all of us. So we anticipate a increased number of dual enrollment students, and I think for the fall semester, we have the ability to work with students early on about what remote learning looks like and how to prepare students to be ready for working a little bit more independently. And then also kind of mapping out options for students, whether they want to be a fully online student, which requires a little bit more independence, or if they want to have access to regularly scheduled video class meetings where they have that face-to-face interaction with their classmates and their professors. So we can talk about those things early on, whereas in the spring semester, all of this came on so quickly without any preparation on behalf of our students and our faculty that it was quite a surprise. But I have to say our students dealt with it with incredible amount of grace and compassion. In check-ins with students that I had throughout the second half of the semester, students raved about their professors, about that they're making the best of the situation, and they were determined to complete the semester, considering all the changes that happened.